Welcome to this week's edition of Friday Night Fever. I'm Jim Holder. He is Andy Lee. You knew that already.
I am?
With a nice, got the haircut. I need a haircut.
I got cut up. I needed to, man. It was getting shaggy, but I feel good.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of cut up, a lot of teams, some surprises tonight. Some teams getting cut. We're in week 9, a very important week because really now the divisions are shaping out.
And finally, some football weather.
Oh,
Love it. First Friday, I'm not sweating profusely, but these studio lights might change that.
Well, the studio lights will always change that, but that's okay.
Because we'll great finals tonight.
We will sweat it out and grind it out for as long as we can. We appreciate you joining us. Scores, by the way, on our ticker, still rolling in, as you'll see. Water Valley getting a win. They've only had one loss this year. Let's begin with our busy lad game of the week. North Pontotoc at Boonville. And you saw us there live at 6. Mike Maddox was there as well. Of course, he's been ill during the season. Nice to see him back. And here we go with the highlights. 2 undefeated teams in Class 1-3A, Division 1-3A. Corley Hooper for North Pontotoc finding Ethan Dyer, 15-yard completion. It's one of his favorite targets right there. Then Hooper looking for Sheffield Anthony, but Cameron Young of Boonville taking this one. And this is going to be a pick 6, 85 yards.
Wow.
And Boonville is going to take the lead on that play. But that will not discourage Hooper because he's going to go back to work. And here he goes. Hooper looking for Brendan Fields. This is going to go for 10 yards. And you saw the Boonville cheerleaders, North Pontotoc cheerleaders liking that play as well. And then Hooper's going to call his own number. You know, he's done it through the air, calls his own number, and watch him. Of course, he plays linebacker too. He'll do whatever.
It's like
Breaks
Tim
his
Tebow.
Yes, keeps the legs moving, and this is a 20-yard touchdown run. Ties the game up. This is an excellent game, Andy, but in the end, Boonville is going to get the win. Both these teams are going to do well in the playoffs, I feel. 37-32. Blue Devils are still undefeated.
What a game of the week. All right, Houston at South Pontotoc. Cougars fired up. Opening possession. We'll call this the Wild Ivy. Eddie Ivy gets a first down run for the Cougars. And these kids said, get me on TV. And I did just that. Eli Allen to Will Allen for a first down. So Cougars in business on their opening possession. But this drive would stall when Eli Allen is sacked by Ja'Cory Golden. So South Pontotoc would have to punt. Houston's first possession, Jalen May flushed out of the pocket. He throws one, it's tipped, and take a guess who intercepts it.
Eddie Ivy.
Eddie Ivy.
Wow.
Is there anything Eddie Ivy can't do? That's an interception. And, of course, the South Pontotoc fans loving that. That would lead to this. Eli White to Brett Riley for a touchdown. South Pontotoc takes a 7-0 lead, but Houston comes alive in the second half and wins this one 43-21.
Hilltoppers having a nice season. Corinth at Ripley and senior night at Ripley High School, but it was 7-0 Corinth in the first quarter. Ripley's Tristan Vandiver back to throw. He's sacked by Corinth's Deshaun Brooks, who does his happy dance. He was excited.
DJ Raji there.
Yes, Tigers would be forced to punt, but this one's mishandled, and the Warriors are going to pounce all over it. Can't do that against a team like Corinth. And that would set up this play. Watch here, Zach Patterson. And watch, Zach Patterson's going to be blocked by the ref. I can't see, but there he is. There he is. He just gets in there for the touchdown to make it 14-0 Corinth. And this one was a late one, a lot of flags, but Corinth does get the win on the road, 41-20.
All right, big one at Golden Wave Field. Tupelo hosting the University of South Panola, as some people call it. Golden Wave led 7-0 at the half. Tigers get the ball to start the third quarter and do this. Janari Dean, 58-yard touchdown. Extra point good, all tied up at 7. Ricky Woods says, I don't want to wait to watch the highlights. I'm going to watch on my little screen on the sidelines. Tupelo trying to respond. Peyton Puckett nearly hits Jordan Jernigan on the home run ball. That would have been 6. Good to have loyal viewers like Jeff, but Jeff was concerned, and for good reason, because Janari Dean just takes over in the second half. That's a big first down run for Dean. And then he would cap off this drive, walks it in from a yard out. This is the go-ahead score. South Panola wins this one 21-7.
Good to see Jeff. He is a loyal Tupelo fan. All right, TCPS at Faulkner. This one could decide a playoff bid in Division 1-1A. Eagles versus Eagles, if you will. TCPS up 20-7 in the first quarter. Faulkner answering Lane Elliott to TJ Hollum there. Watch him, just easily scores. That cuts it to 20-14. Sean Holliday's team will answer with their quarterback, Kai Holliday. And Holliday scrambling. This is at the last play of the first quarter. He slides for a first down. So as the cheerleaders cheer, we move ahead to the second quarter. Here's Kai Holliday again, and this one looks like he'll score. He's right down on the goal line. I had one of these last week, but hits the fence. Does not quite. That's how close he was, Andy. But Cody Coggins is going to finish off the drive with that touchdown. 27-14 at that point. This was a high-scoring affair. TCPS gets a big win on the road. 63-28 is that final.
Good one tonight in Caledonia. The Confederates hosting Pontotoc. Caledonia with the ball here. Quarterback Brandon Edmondson with a nice run inside the red zone. That sets up a 1st and goal for the Confederates. And then it's a pitch to Jadamius Gore. That's a touchdown. 2-point conversion is good, so Caledonia takes an early 8-0 lead. But Pontotoc bounces right back with their star. One of their stars, Gabe Harmon. 60-yard touchdown run. Nobody's going to get him. PAT is good. 8-7 Caledonia at that point. And then the Warrior defense stands up here. Good stop here by the Warriors. And this one was close. Caledonia hangs tough, but Pontotoc edges them late, 28-27.
I think that game went to overtime. It's a big win there for Caledonia on the road. All right, Tishomingo County at New Albany, and it was homecoming at New Albany, and the Bulldogs flexing their muscles, and why not? They were up 35-0 at halftime. Bryson Prather for New Albany, a nice carry for a 1st down, and that play is kid approved, so that's good. It's always good. Loden Bolin, he can throw a pretty pass, and he does here to J.D. and Deaton here, and this is going to go for a 1st down. And again, I get out of the way because I don't want to get hit. Drive would stall. This would set up a field goal attempt, but it's going to be blocked by Tishomingo County. The Braves, the block, Sebastian Vela making the recovery, and he's going to run around for a bit, so a ray of light there for Tishomingo County. But the New Albany defense would step up. You'll see Jeremiah Gardner here making the stop on this play after the catch. And New Albany's defense pitching a shutout tonight as they get the win in this one with a final of 45-0. Happy homecoming for New Albany.
All right, to Winona we go. Rematch of last year's 2A North title game between the Tigers and the Wildcats of Calhoun City. Winona looking to keep their good season going. Opening drive for the Wildcats. Chardarius Hill drops back, and he gets sacked by a gang of Tigers. And the Tigers have the ball, and Darius Coffey connects with Jay Lofton in the flat, and he takes it inside the Winona 10. Jay Lofton looking like James Lofton. And the Tigers would score a touchdown on the following play. 4th and goal for the Wildcats here. Jay Bailey takes the carry, finds the edge, but the Tigers stop him at the 1 to force a turnover on downs. McGregor Lee then kicks a field goal to make it 7-3 Winona. This is a big hit here, I'm told. This is what my shot sheet says. Coffey connects with his receiver, who is blown up. Whoa, loses his helmet there. Anthony Campbell with that big stick. But Winona goes on to win this one 21-3.
A lot of fans on hand for that one. We were
yeah.
told there was going to be a big crowd. Why not? Of course, Winona's moved up to 3A. A lot of people thought when Winona moved up, they were so good last year in 2A going to the state championship game, and some people thought they might struggle in 3A. They have not.
No.
Still undefeated. And Calhoun City still is primed for a big year.
Oh, absolutely. And Joey Tompkins doing a great job there at Winona, has that program rolling.
Yeah, big win for them tonight. Of course, you saw Evan Hensley earlier at 4, 5, and 6, like we were in Boonville earlier. So Evan doing a great job, and we appreciate his highlights as always. You know what else we appreciate, Andy?
Band and cheerleaders.
We do. And you know how we determine that?
Instagram.
We do.
The gram.
Well,
we go to the gram.
Well, first of all, it starts with the game of the week. You have the 3 candidates for the game of the week. Then people vote until Wednesday. We decide the game of the week that way, and then we have the Instagram contest between the 2 schools in the game of the week to determine our band and cheerleaders. Of course, it was North Pontotoc and Boonville. This week's winner, usually it's been the opposite of whoever wins the game, but Boonville does win band and cheerleader of the week. We had about 2,000 votes in that one, so it was so very close vote by about 100 votes. So we appreciate everyone voting as always. We're going to hear from the Boonville band in just a minute, but first, the Boonville cheerleaders take us to the break.
We're Boonville High School Cheer, and you're watching Friday Night Fever.
Great job by the Band of the Week from Boonville High School. Like I said, very close vote, very close game between the Vikings and the Blue Devils.
Lived up to Game of the Week hype, and got to give it a shout out to our videographer Alvin Ivy, who always does a great job shooting those Band of the Weeks, getting those tight shots of the different band members.
And he gets those organized every week. He does. Hey, it's Friday Night Fever. Jim Holder, Andy Lee. Scores on their ticker. They're continuing to roll in. Let's continue with highlights, shall we? How about Horn Lake at Oxford? Horn Lake ranked #1 in the state. And Oxford trying to pull off the upset, although Oxford also 3-0 in the division. Oxford's defense making it hard for Rodarius Jones. He finds some space, corralled for 4 yards. Also good stop on Patrick Gilliam. He only gains 3 yards on this play. Rodarius Jones, he only found a couple of yards. He will be pushed out of bounds as the Charger defense steps up. Horn Lake's defense stepping up too is number 2, Tony Washington. Watch him here, John David Moore throwing, but Tony Washington, a pick 6. Horn Lake with an early 7-0 lead. It didn't stop there as they continue to stymie the Chargers as Javarius Johnson getting 2 big tackles. A couple of sacks there. In the end, Horn Lake gets the win on the road, 28-17.
Representing DeSoto County. All right, big one in Bricktown. Madison Central hosting Starkville. This is Jatavius Lucius of Starkville with a big kickoff return into Madison Central territory. So right off the bat, Starkville in business, and they would cash in the good kickoff return. KJ Lawrence, touchdown, gets Starkville on the board, but Madison Central would answer. Jimmy Holiday with a first down run, and then Jimmy Holiday to Miles Hobson for the touchdown. Great game between 2 great teams, but in the end, Starkville wins this one 21-17.
That was a big win on the road for the Yellow Jackets. All right, Grenada at Lafayette County, and the Commodores already up 14-0. Lance Stewart, watch him here. Lance is taking this one to the house. 61 yards.
Lance the dance.
Yes, and the Doors up 21-0 early in the second quarter. Now, after a muffed punt, the Chargers would answer back with the Wildcat formation. Marquise Gibson taking it in from a yard out, and that makes it 21-7. Chargers on the board. 4th down conversion by Jamie Shaw Jr. for 4 yards. Then you'll watch. Actually, I'm foreshadowing. Haven't foreshadowed in a while. Here's Jamie Shaw Jr. after a 4th down conversion. Randy Anderson hooking up with Brandon Turnage for a 35-yard touchdown. Commodores up 28-7 at halftime, and the Doors sail on as they get the win by the final of 55-21.
All right, Amory hosting Shannon in division play. Shannon on defense. First series, Deshaun Montgomery with a big tackle in the backfield. That's a loss, and Coach Dale Carter, that's what we want to see here. Then Amory on defense. Linebacker Cooper Jones gets a sack of Jordan Gilliland. So the Amory defense looking good. Here's Jordan Gilliland handed it off to Sentwali White, and he rumbles for a 15-yard touchdown. The Red Raiders would go for 2, not get it in the end. Shannon wins this one big, 55-14.
Shannon has been rolling lately. Red Raiders have kicked it into gear since division play got underway. All right, time for our social media center. It's a big hit.
Always fun.
Danielle Oropeza, she was gone last week, but she's back this week with more on what's happening on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. What's going on, Daniela?
Thanks, Jim and Andy. It's great to be back for week 9, and with this fall-like weather, in my opinion, this is football weather. Let's start with a look back at last night as Blake McMullen tagged us in his tweet saying Eupora squeaked past the LaFleur County Tigers with a 23-22 lead. Aberdeen had its homecoming night this week, and what a night it was. Our Alvin Ivy sending in this picture of this year's homecoming queen. Doesn't Miss Asante Buckingham look amazing? And that crown is just stunning. Also at tonight's homecoming game against Hatley, the Aberdeen High School class of '97 tailgating together before the game. What a happy crew. And you gotta love those good rivalry games. Check this out. Tupelo celebrated big before tonight's game against South Panola. Check out these photos posted to Twitter. Tonight's game was a blackout game, and this looked like quite the pep rally to be at. Now take a look at those Tupelo boys. What a fun morning they had. Meanwhile, over at Boonville on Fridays, they wear pink at least for breast cancer awareness they do, and these boys did it right, and so did the Tiger Cheer Squad and Palm Squad. Also bearing the cooler temps, these North Pontotoc cheerleaders, but I don't know about y'all, they don't seem fazed by this weather at all. And it's not a Friday night fever night without the loyal fans. It's all smiles for the Houston Hilltopper fans on the left as they cheered their guys on in South Pontotoc, and the same goes for the Calhoun City fans on the right, showing some spirit in Winona. And let's just give these ladies a shout out. The mothers on the left and Precious Pratt on the right send in photos just about every week. And like those fans, you can be featured during this segment. Just tag us using hashtag WTVAFNF. We'll see you next week during Week 10.
All right, Daniela, thank you so much. They are on every week, it seems like.
Yeah, they are, but hey, you send in the pictures and Daniela will get you on. It's that simple.
They'll get co-billing here at some point. Friday Night Fever, we get the billing, though, for sure. Jim Holder and Andy Lee. Scores continue to roll in on our ticker. Columbus taking a loss at home tonight against South Haven. Let's continue with our highlights, shall we? Morville at Itawamba AHS, and it was homecoming in Fulton. Second half in this one. Itawamba AHS, Coach Hoots and company, a screen and a host of Morville troopers coming in here on the stop. Next play, Itawamba not giving up. Quarterback Jackson Orr, he's had quite a year, looking for Davion Sistrunk. Where is he? Here's Mr. Sistrunk, and he's going to do things with it. Oh, nice move. Here he comes. Dodging tacklers. Could almost walk in. He finally does. Scores the touchdown. And Itawamba AHS goes on to the win of this one with a final of 42-20.
All right, crazy game in Aberdeen. Homecoming. The Bulldogs hosting Hatley. The class of 97, who you saw in Daniela's segment, picked a good one to go to. Fred Fields connects with his receiver, and that's a first down. Now Fields again trying to run. He would pick up another first down. Now Aberdeen trying to go deep, and Fields is picked off by a Hatley defender. This one goes down to the wire. Aberdeen wins late on a two-point conversion, 46-45.
Wow, unbelievable. All right, Ashland at Smith. Let's give the Chain Gang some love. How about it? There you go. All right, guys, we got you on. Hey, second quarter in this one, Seminoles quarterback dive snuffed out by Ashland's Miles Moorhead. Nice play. Next play, Ashland's defense. Blue Devils stepping up again. Jaquil Long with a tackle for loss. But Smithville says, you know what, enough of this. Seminoles going to the air. Octavion Miller throwing to Will Reeves. Woo. Nice pass. He catches it, but, fumbled at and it was called down at the 2-yard line. But Miller hands off to Landon McMillan for a 2-yard touchdown. Extra point good. In the end, Smithville's going to get the win, 49-18.
All right, let's go to Thursday night. Leake Central at New Hope. Second possession for the Trojans. Braylon Miller finds a hole and runs for a New Hope first down. Exactly one play later, Ryan Burt drops back, and he'll find Trey Bailey for another Trojan first down. However, this drive would not end well for New Hope, which Wade Tackett looks on. Antoine Rowland picks up a first down, but he coughs the ball up to a Leake Central defender. The Gators would then go 3 and out. The Trojans get the ball back with good field position. And on 4th and goal, Ryan Burt sneaks in for the score. Close game. New Hope gets their first win of the season with a 24-17 victory.
And they get applause indeed.
Yes.
All right, also from Thursday, Eupora at LaFleur County. Third quarter in this one, Eupora clinging to a 15-14 lead. This is district opener for LaFleur County, by the way. Quarterback Herard here going around the corner. He will go for a nice gain inside Tigers territory before being forced out of bounds. However, the drive would produce no points as the Eagles cough up the ball here, recovered by the Tigers. This one tight from the start to the end. But then, like I said, 15-14 earlier, Eagles from Eupora get the win. They've had 2 tight division games, a loss to East Webster and this win over LaFleur County from last night, 23-22.
All right, also from last night, Coffeyville at Simmons. The Blue Devils riding a 48-game win streak into this one, and they'd make it, 47. They'd make it 48. 4th and 9 for the Blue Devils. Tidarius Gibson passes deep to Antavius Rounds. Big Blue up 7-0. Later in the first, Gibson has no one open, so he takes off running for the big gain before being pushed out of bounds around the 15 for the first down. Next play, it's Demarius Turner who runs in for the score. Simmons makes it 48 in a row with a 63-0 victory.
Here we go. All right, Simmons, very impressive.
Will they ever lose?
I don't know if they will or not. Of course, Wade Tackett, as you mentioned, Wade Tackett, now the coach at New Hope.
Yep.
He was the coach last year at Hollandale.
Hollandale Simmons.
Yep. I'm blanking out here for some reason.
It happens.
Big win from last night. Hey, big wins tonight. Boonville in our game of the week over North Pontotoc. South Panola got a win at Tupelo. How about TCPS getting a big win at Faulkner? That could decide fourth place in that division because you've got Okolona, Smithville, and Biggersville, which also won tonight big. Okolona had the week off, by the way. Houston, another big win on the road. I'm just looking down the list here. Pontotoc had to survive in overtime against Caledonia.
Yeah.
New Albany, big win at home. Winona, we talked about him earlier, 21-3 over Calhoun City. Horn Lake continues to impress. Starkville bouncing back nicely. Also, Shannon, like I said, has been rolling here lately. Lafayette County as well. Itawamba HS bouncing back from a loss to Shannon. Hatley, gosh, they've been some tight games.
Yes.
They've given teams all they've wanted. Aberdeen gets the win, though, on homecoming, and also Smithville winning tonight. That's among the big games tonight. And we are 9 weeks into this thing.
I know.
So we've got maybe a couple of weeks left for some classifications, 3 for several others. It's amazing.
Yeah. No, it flies by every year. Just flies on by. And finally, the weather is cooperating. That's what we've been waiting for a long time.
That was the big story this week.
Yes, absolutely.
That's going to do it for Friday Night Fever, but Andy and I are not done. We're going to stay here till we get it right. Friday Night Fever on Fox, just like Friday Night Fever, except it's on Fox. It begins shortly on WLOV. For Andy Lee and our entire staff, I'm Jim Holder. Have a great night. Take care.